Yeah, I'm gonna talk about this Winnie the Pooh movie, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. This movie was I wouldn't say it was terrible, but on a scale of 1 to 10, this movie like a 3 out of 10. This was low budget. I think they shot this out in England, but this movie was way low budget. The mask on Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, they were terrible. The acting was terrible. The CGI was terrible. Oh man, this plot and the story was kind of terrible. I'm like, what's going on? I don't understand what's going on with this movie. I'm like, look, what is going on? I watched the whole thing, like an hour and 30 something minutes. It was just like your typical horror movie, basically what it is, your typical horror movie. Some bad acting, bad CGI. I'm like, what the hell? You see, Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, they got mad because Christopher Robin left them. He went on and, went to school, whatever. He was grown and, he just left to do his thing. And they got mad and they want to start killing people. Okay. So why are you getting mad at Christopher Robin for, growing up, going off to school and, being a grown man? And I think he got married too. They killed his wife, had him all chained up. I'm like, what's going on? All the people that was in the movie, I think they were from England. So I think they shot this movie in England. And, oh man, this movie was terrible. They should have did a better job with this movie. It has so much potential to be great, but they just fumbled the ball with this. They fumbled the bag with this movie. This movie could have been a whole lot better. Oh man, they had Winnie the Pooh. He, chopping people's heads off and stuff like that with his arm. I'm like, they had Piglet hitting people with a dang sledgehammer. I'm like, what the hell? Come on, man. Y'all gotta do better than this. This movie has so much hype and so much potential, and it just failed. Man, this wasn't a waste of time watching it, and it wasn't a waste of time. Just it's worth one watch, just to look at it and see how terrible it is. But I don't recommend nobody watching this movie more than one time. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey was a failure. Just your typical horror movie. It was just, I'm not gonna say it was outright garbage, but it was low-key garbage. I'm like, okay. Oh man, I don't even know what else to say about this movie. It's just garbage. A whole heap of garbage. And whoever made this movie, they need to be ashamed themselves, because they had a great opportunity to make this movie something good, something great. But they fumbled the bag and fumbled the ball. Have to give this movie a 3 out of 10. Just for the horror aspect of the movie. That's the only thing I liked about it. There was something. Winnie the Pooh was killing these girls, and it was kind of torturous and stuff. He was very torturous, and he liked to torture people. I'm like, okay. Yeah, they messed up with this movie. At the end of the movie, they let Christopher Robin go, and I'm like, what was the whole point of him trying to tying Christopher Robin up? They weren't gonna kill him. That don't make no sense. Like, why tie this dude up and have him chained up if you ain't gonna kill him? He ended up, Winnie the Pooh ended up killing the girls that was in the movie, the women, but he didn't kill Christopher Robin. I don't see no point in that. That's what made the movie just outright terrible for me. I'm like, okay, this don't make any sense. Why leave him alive? He the one who left Winnie the Pooh and Piglet to defend themselves. I think at the beginning of the movie they ate somebody. I forgot who they ate. Eeyore or somebody. Somebody got ate at the beginning of the movie. I forgot who it was, but yeah, man, Winnie the Pooh was just terrible, man. They had him just, instead of like eating the honey out of the bottle, he's sticking his hands in the honey and putting the honey all in his mouth and honey dripping off his mask and stuff like that. I'm like, what the hell? He just eating honey. And it's just dripping. I'm like, what the hell? They could at least had this dude at least pour the honey in his mouth at least. I'm like, I'm just nitpicking, but it don't make any sense. Just had him just pouring honey all in his face with his hands. What the fuck? What the hell? Okay. They made Piglet. They made Piglet just making all these pig sounds. I'm like, what the hell? They weren't even trying to speak no kind of English or nothing like that. They weren't saying anything. This movie reminded me like a low budget Jason. That's basically what it was. Like, had Winnie the Pooh walking around like he was Jason or Michael Myers, basically, and Piglet was like his little helper or something. It don't make any sense, but they end up killing Piglet. Winnie the Pooh's still alive. One of the girls ended up killing him with a sledgehammer. And that Winnie the Pooh alive. I'm like, okay. Then Winnie the Pooh beat up 4 dudes at the end of the movie. You know, he chopping their hands off and arms off, and I'm like, what? He just chopping these people's arms and limbs off with his hands. He didn't have anything. So when did his hands become a weapon like that, like a sharp object? Okay, that's what made the movie terrible. He chopping people's heads off and arms off with his bare hands. Okay. Just to have some fun with this movie, you can watch it, but I wouldn't recommend watching this movie more than one time because it's outright terrible. Well, it's been Mo the Pimp God. All hail to the Pimp God, Church Tabernacle, and Preach. I'm a